Hey everyone, so glad that you're back with us this weekend for our Tales of Mercy series. Throughout the series, we're going to be looking into the 5 components of mercy, which we introduced last week.
And those are forgiveness, helping the hurting,
Kindness to our enemies,
being patient with those difficult people, and reaching the unreached. People that maybe don't know Jesus yet. So today we're going to be focusing on one main component, which is forgiveness. And so let's take a look at our story this week and see what forgiveness in action looks like.
How Henry came to live under the bridge is a peculiar story. You see, it was no ordinary bridge, for it symbolized peace between 2 kingdoms. Before the bridge was built, the 2 kingdoms on either side were at war with one another, and each day sent fighting men to the water's edge to hurl insults and stones at their foes across the river. One day, years into the war, a peasant man named Lincoln dropped his weapons and limped to the front line. Lincoln called to the other side, "I am tired of fighting. Let us build a bridge over the water so that each of us and our children can come and go freely. We shall no longer have war, but peace between our lands. We will each assemble part of the bridge, and over the water our 2 halves will join." They agreed and did just as Lincoln had suggested. All, that is, but Lincoln's son, Henry. Henry's anger burned against his enemies because they had wounded his father and caused him to limp. Since Henry would not participate in the construction of the bridge, he was banished from both lands. He went to live under the bridge and did live there until he had grown into a young man.
Who are you?
A friend. I came to talk to you.
I don't have any friends. I don't need your help.
Why do you live in this dreadful place?
It's not so bad. I can't go home anyway.
Why not?
Because there's a war in my heart. The men who hurt my father, and with him for forgiving them.
This bridge does not stop up the polluted water beneath it. One safe passage for those who wish to cross over it. Forgiveness is the same. It does not undo the wrongs that have occurred, but allows us to get over them and move on with life. And one more thing.
What's that?
In what direction are the people going above us?
You can see for yourself. They go in every direction. Some this way, some the other.
So it is with forgiveness. You must go in both directions. You say you have forgiven, now you must receive the forgiveness extended to you.
What's this?
It is a letter from your father, the king. He is now ruler over both lands, and said that if you truly forgive those who have wronged you, you can pardon the wrongs you have done to others. Then your citizenship will be reinstated. and you will gain your rightful place in the royal family. You will no longer be forced to eat what others throw away, but will come and go freely in all lands.
Henry opened the letter and began to read. He breathed in the dank air from the river and imagined the smells of a hot meal. He ran his hand over the cold earth where he often lay his head and thought of sleeping over a warmed hearth. And for the first time since he was a boy, Henry dreamed of life above the bridge.
I loved how the bridge was a metaphor for forgiveness.
Right, and just as the boy said, forgiveness doesn't change our past. Instead, it gets us over bitter feelings and helps us move on.
And I like how the boy showed forgiveness it being two ways, just like the travelers on the bridge. We have to give out forgiveness, but then we also have to receive the forgiveness that God gives us.
Yeah, imagine how many fights, how much pain could be done away with if everyone just truly forgave each other.
How about you guys? Have you guys experienced the need to forgive someone lately or received forgiveness? Your guys' challenge for this week is two-sided. One, maybe think about a person in your life that you've have to forgive or that you hold resentment towards, and pray that God's Holy Spirit will actually help you forgive them. And two, ask yourself, do I really believe that God has forgiven me because of what Jesus did on the cross?
So why don't you think about that over the next week, and we'll see you next week on Tales of Mercy.